Right, today our bot is going to grow up and become a troublesome teenage adolescent. We are going to get our bot to interact with OBS via an HTML JavaScript overlay. Oh, I think there's a few on yours. I advertised your stream all over the place. So, we have the bot that's running the stream at the moment, written in Node.js, and the second light is the new Twitch bot. It's not running because, as you can see on the screen, I've only got it loaded up. So, now, so, WebSockets. Now, this is how we're going to get our bot to change the appearance on OBS by using an overlay. And what do I mean by an overlay? It's basically a HTML web page that you're going to load into OBS, and then we send messages and tell it what to do. Now, I don't know if you know what websites do. I know what everybody knows what a website does. It shows web pages. Yeah. But the technology is a bit more fundamental to know about. Yeah. So, hi Mikroman. So let me show you. Right. Let me see if this pen switches on. Yes, it does. Yeah, here we go. Right. So typically, for a web server, you have us, yeah, and then you have the internet, and there's a web server on there, yeah. That's if you go for them. Now, the way the typical where the browser works is you, as the person, go to the web server and ask for a page. Yeah. The web server goes, oh, have I got the page? Yes, I have. Right, I will send it you back. Right? What are they talking about? Right? So, the web server sends you the page back to the browser, which then runs, basically executes that HTML page. And if there's any images, it goes back to the web server or another server if it's over there. And they pass back the images, the JavaScript, the CSS. But the problem with it is you have to request. You have to request something, and then the server responds with what you've asked for. Yeah? So you ask for a web page, it gives you that web page, then the browser runs through the web page and runs it. Yeah? And then if there's pictures in there, and styles and sound files and all that, the browser then requests the web server to pass all that information as well. So you may load one web page up, but you probably are requesting 30 or 40 Andy, I don't know which websites you go on, but not many ask for a credit card off me. But that is what a typical web server is. Yeah. The problem and this works for us humans. You know, we surf the net, we click on a link, which is the instruction to fetch a page. Right? To fetch a page, and then it runs through the page and fetches all the information to go with it. But the problem is this server here cannot push. Can't push to us. It cannot give us stuff that we've not asked for. Yeah. So the web server can't affect our web pages. Make it change. I know there's pages that the ads change and all that, but that's only a timer on a refresh. That's still the timer expires. Then we go and request another ad. Yeah. Not starting all over again. Right, so the web server cannot push something to you. Cannot push something to you. Yeah, that's where WebSockets come in. Yeah. Hang on. Let's make it same size as before. There we go. That's when WebSockets come in, right? Because this is how our architecture is going to be. Yeah. There's going to be us. Yeah. And we're using OBS. Yeah. There's going to be our web server. And that's going to also have this thing called WebSockets on it. Will you shut up? Alright. Then we have our bot. Python. And then up here we have Twitch. Alright. Still got to get used to this. Now, what we want to do is we want to be able to have the bot, right, get something from Twitch, right, to evaluate it, and then we need the bot to update OBS. Yeah. So like I showed in the last stream where we had the change in the background color, that's the bot telling OBS we need to change the background color. But we can't do that with the bot because the bot doesn't know about OBS, right? Pi now? No, that says Python. Shh. I'm shut up. That's Python. T. Right? But like I say, the bot doesn't know anything about OBS. Right? We cannot tell the bot that OBS exists. It doesn't know, and there's no way of doing it, yeah? So what we have to do is we have to create a WebSocket in between talker, communicator, for a better word. Yeah. So basically, when we get an instruction from Twitch, it will send an instruction to our WebSocket server, and then that WebSocket server will send the instruction to OBS. Because WebSockets allow you to push information to the client. So the OBS is the client. Agent would be a better word, or proxy. Okay, if you have to insist. Right? And it means then that we can then get the bot to talk to, and the WebSockets will talk back. It will talk back to the bot. Same with here. We can get OBS to talk to the WebSocket server. Yeah, I know, mate. I've put it there. Right? and it allows bilateral communication. Bidirectional communication, right? Because the difference between a web server and WebSockets is a web server only waits for requests. With WebSockets, this the WebSocket server every now periodically sends a ping. Yeah, and we send a pong back. If you remember, we've got the bot listening to Twitch for pings, and then we send back a pong when we get it. That's how the server knows we're still there. Right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to create both a WebSocket server and a web server, because the web server is still going to provide, the web server, this bit, is still going to provide a web page overlay to OBS, right? That allows OBS to show your overlay, but we talk to that overlay using WebSockets, and WebSockets talks to us, Rainbow, and WebSockets talks to us via the its own HTTP communication format, whatever. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to write a web server and a WebSocket server, and then we need to install. So here needs to have a socket client installed. So we can talk to the server as well as getting stuff back from the socket server. Yeah. So it's a little bit complicated. I've tried to make it a little bit easier. Basically, we've got between OBS and between the bot, we've got this thing in the middle, the manager, the agent, the proxy, whatever you want to call it, that's going to manage the communications between the bot and OBS. And this agent will also send the overlay to it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because if it doesn't make sense, it's not worth me carrying on. Yeah, it's a server client. Because if you look at it from a server client architecture, the OBS and the bot are clients, and the web server is our server. I'm trying, Andy. I'm trying. Right. So what we need to do is we need to create a WebSocket server. Yeah. So we've already got our bot. Yeah, we've already got our bot, but we need to install a package, a Python package for. Well, thank you, Andy. I've spent a lot of time this afternoon thinking how I was going to explain that. I was going to try and explain it. So, Python has a module that allows you to do all this WebSocket stuff. And so we only have to interact with this package. Right, so the package is called Python Socket. Yeah. So if you run a terminal and do pip install Python Socket IO, it will go away and install that module. Or should. There we go. Now, on there, it's already there, look. It's already there. Yeah? So that's why it's saying requirements already satisfied, because I've already installed it. Yeah? But that's what you need to do. Then we need to install this, which is the web server part of it. So this information will be in the info file, so if you ever need, when you need it, when you come to make your own. Right, and as you can see, I've already installed it. And the last thing is we need to install the WebSocket client so the bot can talk to the WebSocket server. So once again, it'll say requirements already satisfied and all that thing. So there you go. They're the three things that you need. So now we should be able to create a WebSocket server. Right then, let's create one. So let's create a new file and we'll call it WebSockets. There we go. And so we need to import our eventlet. That's that new server software that we've just installed. We need to import Socket.io. Now Socket.io is the WebSocket part of it, the web server. We need to import. You alright? Config. So we need, because we're going to have some configuration stuff in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an object of the socket. So Socket.io, SIO, is equal to socket.io.server. Hey presto, one server done. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Oh dear, oh dear. So SIO now holds the socket server in Python. That is now ready to be run. Yeah. We also need to create a web server. So we do socket.io.wsgi app. So that's basically a web service app. We are going to tell it what we want to run, which is the Socket.io system. And we're also going, this web server is also going to provide in traditional web pages, because our overlay is going to be a traditional web page. So we need to tell it where all our static files are. Yeah. And they are going to be, so our the root directory of the web server, yeah, is going to be the public directory in our project. Yeah. So that's saying when we hit this website, the root will be the public directory. So we need to create a new directory in here called public. And that is where we're going to put all our web files. Yeah. To allow us to be able to send an overlay to OBS. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Right. For the Socket.io system, we need to handle... Is it not working? Is I don't think Streamlabs is working for me. I don't think it's working for me. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why the CloudBot's not working. But if you want the merch... If you want the merch store, mate... there you go. There you go. Right, where was we? Oh yeah. Now, once we've created the socket IO, we need to handle both the client connect and the client disconnect, yeah? And these are what Andy was talking about yesterday, which are called decorators. And it is an @ sign, yeah? And that is classed as a decorator. So we're going to say SIO, which is the object that we've just created, dot event. So this is now telling Python that what we're writing now is now a socket IO event, yeah? And so we're going to create it. So we're going to create connect, and it takes an SID. Now an SID is a session ID. Each client has its own session ID. So when the client's talking to the server knows who to send the back to. And that's what we get out of Twitch, all that long stuff. Yeah. And environment. And that's the environment that... Yeah. So when someone connects, we are going to print the SID. So we're going to print session ID is equal to, let's put the format in there, format session ID with SID. So that's going to print to our console that we have got a session ID, yeah? And there's also another one. So SIO.event, because they're all events, and this one is disconnect. Same thing, SID. We don't need anything else because they're disconnecting. So we'll just do this, and we will put some, say, connected. No, has connected. And has disconnected. So we will see now whether a client's connected to the server or whether it's, you know, it's disconnected, yeah? Then all we need to do is, once we've done that, we need to start the web app and the WebSocket app. So what we need to do is we need to test that it's the main program that's running, yeah, because we don't want it to continually keep creating these web services. We just want it to create once, yeah. So event let dot, and then we're telling it WSGI server, because that's what we've created. Event let dot listen, so we need to tell it to create a listening service as well. And config dot WebSocket port, and then that is the website we want to attach to. Now I've put this config in, so here we go. So we need a new config. So we'll put this here. WebSocket equals, what's the WebSocket? Let me have a look. Yep, it's that. So we're going to be sticking our nose in on port 5000. Alright, So this basically is all we have to do for the WebSocket and the web service for now. For now. So the next thing we need to do, we need to be able to connect to it. So the quickest way we can connect to it is via a web page, yeah? So what we need to do is we need to then create a new file in here called index.html, and we need to create another file called index.js. Yes, get ready. We're going to be JavaScripting. We are going to be JavaScripting. There is no way we're going to be able to get away from it. Alright? So, and the reason why we need to create these because we're creating a simple client. So what I'm going to do is waiting for comments. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a simple web page. So HTML. Oh, little letters, John. Why is it not pairing up? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Right, so we need a header. We need a body. And if you don't know about HTML, it's very simple. It's just markup language. That's all you need to know. And we're going to add a controller. We're going to add a component in here. And we're going to give it an ID. Test web socket. Right, and I'm going to put in here, John is great. I am back to that. Right. So when we start up this WebSocket page, this WebSocket process, we should be able to see this. So we'll start it. Yeah. Have I? No, I haven't. Right. Sudo change mod plus x websocket.py. And I need to add, because Andy's going to be shouting at me if I don't do it, I need to add that to here so it runs without having to do any jiggery pokery. Right, websocket.py. So we are now going to start up our WebSockets. So we are going to start up this web server. So there should be a lot of rubbish kick off. Should be, I think. If I've done it right. Oh, no module. Why is there no module? What have I missed? What have I missed? Yeah, I'm just checking now. Connect, disconnect. Oh, spelt that wrong. WSGI. Spelt that wrong. Right, here we go. Come on. Line 7. He still complain about that. Event let, SGI server, event let, listen, config web port. Yeah, so that's okay. So what's it complain about that for? WSGI app. Oops. What's the difference between that and that? Ah, oh, little a, little a, little a. Case sensitive. Case sensitive. Right, let's start it. So we should get some messages saying it's providing the web stuff now. We should. Maybe we don't. Okay. Right, let's fire the web page up. Let's see if we can get to it. Let's see if we can get to it. So, http:// twitchbot 5000. There you go, it's starting it. Cool, that took some time. That took some time. Open in browser. Now that might not like it. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's taken a long time for it to start up. Oh, here we go. There we go. Johnny's great. Cool, that took some time, that did. Right, let's see if we can get to it by its proper name. Hi Twitch bot. Right, this is taking too long. This is taking too long. Right, what I'm gonna... Oh, the SSH server's now throwing a fit. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift it over. I'm going to shift it over to the Pi 4. I think the Pi 3 is struggling. So I'm just going to switch it over to the Pi 4. If I can get in. Has it crashed? Cool, that's taking its time, isn't it? I haven't overclocked the Pi 3. I probably need to overclock it, but I haven't done it yet. Right. Come here. Right. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. I've plugged it into the Pi 4 now. Just waiting for it to kick in. Yeah, the Pi 3 should run. The Pi 3 should run it. It may be because I've got 2 VS Code sessions running, as well as having the web server. It probably blew a fuse. So I've got 2 VS Code sessions running on it. Yeah. So I've got the Pi bot that we're developing, as well as the Pi bot that I've developed. Yeah. So I know what I'm doing. Right, so we'll try it again. WebSockets. See, it comes up straight away. Comes up straight away here. So we'll create another. There you go, it comes up straight away. I think it's just because the Pi 3 is not as powerful as the 4. I mean, I've got the 4 overclocked. Maybe that's the problem, because I've just put the memory stick into the 3. Yeah, that could have been the problem. Never mind. Anyway, we're on the Pi 4 now. So as you can see, we have got a web page out of our web server. Now, what I'm going to try and do is going to try and show you how we can get that to change. Yeah? Get that to change by just using the WebSockets. Yeah, and so we need to now be able to write the script in the web page to talk back to Windows everywhere. There we go. Talk back to the WebSocket. So we need to find we need to find how we can talk to the WebSockets, and it's pretty easy. Just need to find client library. Here we go. Oh no, not that. Which one is it? That one. There's supposed to be a website somewhere. They've changed the site. No, JS. Yeah, I know. No, we don't need to do that. We need the client. Oh, change the site. No. Oh, I want the library. No, it's not that, mate. It's not that. Okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. Alright, I've already got it here. I've already got it here. So, this is the library for Socket.io. Yeah, the JavaScript version. So, like I say, I don't know, Cloudflare. Let's see if Cloudflare is it. Oh no, that's just a hosting place. Anyway, that's the URL. Yeah. And that is the URL that's got all the Socket.io info. CDN. The website was different last week. It's still sending me to the... There we go. There we go. That's it. There. So that's the thing, and it gives you all the different libraries, yeah? So we are using the latest one, I think, 441, yeah. It's the latest one, which is this one here, yeah? And that is a JavaScript library that allows us to talk to the WebSockets. And so what we need to do is we need to get this page to connect to our WebSocket, yeah? And the way to do that is we need to write some JavaScript. Yeah, JavaScript time. So first things first, we need to tell our page we're going to have some script. Yeah. And the script is contained here. It's the only way I can do it, mate. It's the only way I can do it. Right, so now we've told the web page where our JavaScript is. It's here. Yeah. So, first things first, we need to create, like we do in Python, we need to create a Socket.io variable. So there we go, Socket.io, and it's going to use the IO object in the JavaScript library we've just identified, and this is the URL we're going to attach to, which is PyTwitchBot 5000, and you know it works because we've got it down here. We've still got it running. That then sets up the object to talk to the WebSockets. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to handle the connect event. So we are saying this object on, so when something happens, this happens, we're going to run this code. Right, that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to console log, and we're going to say connected, so we can see that we're connecting to the system. And then what we're going to do then is we are going to talk back to the server, because what we want to do is we want to connect. Let the server acknowledge that we've connected, yeah? And then we want to talk to the server to say, we want to do this, yeah? So what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, let's, we're going to emit, yeah? We're going to emit basically it's like, how can I call it? We are going to shout a word at the WebSocket. Yeah, the client's going to shout a word at the WebSocket. So we're going to say some. Yeah. So we're going to shout the word some, and we're going to give it some data. So we're just going to give it some data. This is just to show you how WebSockets work, yeah? So we're going to give it some numbers, and we're going to give it 1 and 2, yeah? So we're shouting at the WebSocket some, and here's some numbers, yeah? We also need to handle the disconnect. So this is where we're listening and the server shouts to us, disconnect. Yeah. No data, and it's going to be that function. So we're going to console log disconnected. Right? So this is what happens when we load the page. We create this. That talks to the server and says, "Ooh, I'd like to connect." The server says, "Well, thank you very much. Here is your unique number, your unique session ID." And it sends it back to us, and then we get it on this, and then we'll find that we're connecting. We won't do the emit yet, but we'll just say if we're connecting, and we'll know we're connecting because we've already got in the code in the WebSocket that we will get a message that says somebody's connected. So let's fire up a browser. So I'm going to fire up a browser. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. I'm going to fire up the browser, and we are going to hit the server. You know what? PyBot 5000. Get ready. There you go. Session. This is our unique session number. Has connected. And so now the WebSocket server knows we exist. Yeah? Knows we exist. If I close this browser, look, the WebSocket server now goes, "Ooh, they've gone," and we've disconnected. Right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to activate this, yeah, and we're going to send it. We're going to shout at the server some, and on the server we're going to listen for it. So we're going to say, right, sio.event. And the event is called some. The SID is what normally comes with us. And we will get, I've got to remember. Or did I delete it? I don't remember. Would help if I was in the right page. Yeah, that's the one I want. Yeah, there we go. Right, so where are we? Some, yeah. And so we're going to be passing the data in. So that's the data we're passing in, and the data was those two numbers, 1 and 2. So we're going to print the data on the screen. So we're going to say, we'll do the same here. So Sid has sent data. Yeah. So we know what data has been passed to us. And basically what I'm asking the server to do is to add these two numbers up and then send it back to us. Yeah. So we're going to say result equals data numbers index 0 plus index 1. Now don't worry about this. This is just me trying to show you how sockets work. And then we're going to emit back. We're going to shout back. We're going to shout back yeah, using the word some result, yeah, with the result. So we're going to say result is equal to result, yeah. And we're just going to broadcast. We're just going to broadcast that. Yeah. We could specifically send it to the client by just going to equals SID. But you know, we're going to be, when we do the bot, we're going to be broadcasting anyway. So we're not going to be doing that. So I'm going to shout back at our page using the word some result. We're going to give it the data, the result. And then I want it to show it back on the screen. So we come back in here, do the same thing again, sio.on some result, our data, and it goes into this function. Just make sure I'm getting it right, don't want to get it wrong. And we're going to do console.log data. So that's the data we sent back. So let's fire up another browser. So we're going to hook back to it. There we go. Now I'm just going to do F12 and I'm going to pin it back in. Can I dock it back? Can I dock it back? Dock to the side, and I've docked it to the bottom. That'll do. Right, this is the console. Can you see we've got connected? Yeah. But we have not received any data back. We did the emit. And we did the emit, but it didn't come back because it's not. Have we got a print on it? Oh, I know why. I need to restart it, don't I? That's it. Keep forgetting to restart it. Right, refresh. Right, refresh. There it is. Did it send it? Oh, yes, it did. Right, so we connected. Right, we connected and then we sent the server two numbers. The server's gone and added them together and it's then sent it back. And we've got a result here, 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's how we communicate between the two servers, right? Now that is very simplistic, but this is what we're going to be doing. So first things first, we need to start working out what we want our screen to look like, yeah? We want to know how our screen to look like. And, you know, I'm going to try and represent this screen in a browser window, yeah? So what we need to do is we need to build our HTML page up. So we're going to leave that there and we're going to build this HTML page up. So we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to need a background, yeah? Going to need a background and we're going to give it an ID and we're going to give it a class. And that class is a styling class, yeah? Oh, I can't see the chat. There we go. Alright. Then we're going to need to, because we're going to be doing the plasma background, we need to add a canvas. And I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put this on here. That's our canvas. Now that canvas is going to cover the entire page. Yeah, the entire page. And the reason why is because the plasma effect is covering the entire page. And so if you want to use the plasma effect, that's the sort of thing that you're going to use. Then we're going to need some placeholders. We're going to need some placeholders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a placeholder for the screen, a placeholder for the webcam, and a placeholder for the chat. And what I mean by the placeholder, it's going to show those areas on the screen for those particular regions. Yeah. So we're going to create another, it's called a div region. We're going to give it ID, and this one we're going to call it web camera. So basically this is going to be the region where we're going to have the web camera. Then we're going to create another one. This one is going to be Twitch chat. Gotta put that in there as well. And we're going to create another one called main screen. Right, so there's we will be doing that in OBS, mate. Yeah, these are placeholders to show you where they are in the template. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. You'll see in a minute. You'll see in a minute. Yeah. Right. So these are the areas we're going. Now we need to tell these areas where they need to be. And that happens in the star sheet. Now we haven't created a star sheet, so I'm going to create one. Yeah, I know, but if you want the plasma background, yeah, then you've got to have an overlay filling the entire screen, yeah. And the whole point of this is to try and simulate what you're going to have on the screen, yeah? So we've got a style sheet. The first one is our application, right? This is the app there, the very basic. And we're telling it we want it 100% of the width, 100% of the height, and it's flexible, which means if you scale, it will scale with you, yeah? We also want to set the core divs. So these regions are called divs. And this is saying that the text color is going to be white. Everything is going to be positional. It's absolute positioning. So we're going to tell it exactly where we're going to go. And we're going to use a font. Oh. Anybody know that font? No? Right. We'll use Homer instead. Now we've set the basic points, we can now set our places. So the main screen, right? So hash means look for the element that's named main screen. So it's going to apply to that main screen. Yeah. So let's make that big M. To make it match main screen, and it's going to put it at 80 pixels away from the top. It's going to ram it up to the left hand side. It's going to be a width of 1150, height of 649, and it's going to have a font size of 45, and it's going to be black background. So let's have a look. Press refresh. Don't see it. Why don't we see it? Because it's not there. Ooh. I want that. Dock to the side, please. Thank you. You like that font? Okay. Well, we'll put it in then. Oh, I know what I've done. I forgot to add the style sheet to the page. Forgot to add the style sheet to the page like a wally. There we go. So when we refresh it, right, let's get rid of that. When we refresh it, we should have a black square. There we go. There you go. So that is where I'm going to be putting my desktop. Yeah. So let's do the styles for the other one. It's the other one. So let's go for web camera, and it was Twitch chat, wasn't it? What's the other one? Yeah, Twitch chat. So let's get web camera and Twitch chat. There we go. Refresh this. So there's the web camera place. Now the Twitch chat's not there. Why is the Twitch chat not there? Have I called it something different? Twitch chat. Right. Why is that not showing? Okay. It's a div region. Why is it not showing? Oh, it's not black. Oh, it's not black. We ain't got the background colour on it. There we go. There you go. That's where my chat's going to go. Right, so we're going to grab the font. We're going to grab the font. So, because he likes the font, so we're going to grab the font. Now, the way to get the font, just type it in. There you are. Google Fonts. This is the font. So we're going to say, right, we're going to import it in. So we're going to grab that. Going to grab the bit in the between. Copy it. Yeah, but the background on the div, I think the main div didn't have a background on it. That's why it didn't inherit it, mate. So we're going to import this font. And so we're going to put it back. Yeah, the div region has no background on it, yeah? Has no background on it. And so this one didn't have a background on it. Right, so if you don't like the layout I'm setting out, right? If you don't like it, no problem, mate. If you don't like the layout that I'm setting out, then you can change it. Because I noticed that you had your web camera down here. I think you had the chat over here somewhere, and you had your the screen all the way over. Basically, you just change the numbers, right? So let's say we're gonna move the Twitch chat down, right? We just tell it, right? I don't want it to start at 175. I want it to start at 350, right? Click refresh. Look. That is where we're going to put the Twitch chat on the screen. Yeah? But I'm doing this for me. So I'm going to put it back. There we go. So I'm going to put it back. And then we are going to refresh. There it is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a colour on the background. Because we haven't got the plasma set up yet, right? So what I'm going to do is say the app, we're going to put background color on the app. So background color is, let's say, blue. So we don't get mixed up between the black and everything else. So if I refresh, that should turn blue. There we go. And we're going to add some more areas. So what I've got is I've got, if you remember, I've got an area that says old school coder. I've got an area that's got my social details. I've got an area for subs. I've got an area for the scroller, and I've got this leftover bit. So we're going to add those bits into here. So into here, we're going to create some more div regions. Yep. So let's create another one, and we'll call this banner. That's the scrolling thing. Let's create another one. This one's going to be latest sub. Latest sub. This one's going to be latest follow. Latest cheer. What else have I got? What else have I got? Socials. Oh, forgot socials, didn't I? And most important, channel owner. So in here we're going to put old school coder, socials. Right, I'm just going to copy and paste from here. Latest cheer, we're going to say old school coder, but we're going to put all the text in, yeah. So last cheer last follower and latest sub, last subscriber Right, banner. What are we going to put in the banner? Well, we'll put that in for a kickoff. And I'm not going to type it all in, so I've just copied it. Right. So if we refresh here. Oh, they're all up the top. That's not very good. Right, so we need to set the styles for them. So like we did with the main app, the webcam, and all that, we've also got styles for all the rest of them. Yeah. So channel owner. Let's put that in. So that's saying we're going to stick it at 10 pixels from the top, 30 pixels in, and it's going to have a font size of 50. Yeah. Then socials is going to be right smack at the top. It's going to be left 550 pixels, and it's going to have a font size of 20 pixels. The banner is going to be 730 pixels from the top, so it's going to be pretty low down. It's going to start at, on the left hand side, it's going to be 1150 pixels long, which is the same length as the computer screen area. We're going to have a height of 32, and it's going to use this font, but we're not. Right? We're just going to use whatever font we've got at the moment. We'll look at other fonts later. It's going to be black with, it's going to be white background with black colours. So latest cheer, latest follower, latest sub, right, are all positional. And what I've done is the subscriber is going to be default, it's going to be left justified, the follower is going to be centered justified, and the cheer is going to be right justified. So if I refresh now, we've just added those styles, they should go. There you go. Wow. The font's a bit big on the old banner there. It's just a little bit big. Let's make that a bit smaller. Yeah. A little bit big. We'll make that 15. Oh, numlock's gone. 15. There we go. So that's where the banner's going to be. So can you see we're slowly building up what it's going to look like? Yeah. So I can add this. I can add this to here. Yeah. So if I create a new scene, so we'll create a new scene. We'll call this Pi Twitch Bot. Yeah. Now, you have probably gone dark, yeah? You have probably gone dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my streaming one, and we're going to add a source. And we're going to say this is a browser source. And so we're going to say Twitch Bot Overlay. That's what we're going to call it. And we're going to say that it's on this address, http:// pi twitch bot 5000, and we are going to, if I can find it, there it is, I'm going to click OK, and there it is. It's now stuck it there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flip to the other scene, so that the screen's going to go blank again, and we're going to put that onto the other scene, right? So here we go. So I switch over. So I'm going to, oops, forgot something. I need to copy it, don't I? So we're going to copy that, switch over, paste it. There we go. And then we are going to make it fit the screen. So, let's get rid of that. Paste it again. Right. Change the properties. Hang on. Bear with me. I'll show you in a minute. There we go. And we should be able to stretch it to fit the screen. There we go. Now, I'm going to come onto here. I'm going to copy the webcam. I'm going to paste it into our new Twitch bot. There you go. Let me copy the screen. Complete screen, there we go. Copy that. Paste it onto our new scene. There you go. And last but not least, we'll grab the chat as well. So we'll grab the chat box, copy that, paste it on our new scene. There it is. So I'm gonna move that across, and that's why I've made it black, because you can now see where you're going to put stuff. Look, so I'm going to move that up, move it across, so that looks about right. See, we've already started to get our scene. Yeah, that's our scene. So this overlay that we've got in the background, we have now got it in the background, and we've overlaid the webcam on it. Yeah, so that webcam's on it. We've overlaid the computer, the desktop, which is what you're looking at. We've overlaid the chat, and we've got other bits that we can use. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that like that. Yeah. So you can now see when we make changes, that should change on the screen. So you will be able to see the scene changing as we're working on it. So have I confused anybody yet? Are you still following me? There's a little bit of chat in the webcam box. Hang on. There you go. Is that better? Is that better? And that's the beauty of having a garish colour, that you can see where all your points are. Yeah. There we go. So we'll leave that there, because that is now our overlay. That's the overlay we're trying to use. Yeah. And one thing I've noticed is it's not taking the font, is it? It's not taking the font. Oh, that was Nova Square. Did I grab the wrong font? Oh, it's called Nova Square. Okay, right, okay. So we'll change this to Nova space Square. Right, so if I refresh on OBS, there you go, our font has changed. That looks very Star Trek-y, doesn't it? That font looks very Star Trek-y. Right, now we need a background. We need something to distract people from the the rubbish coding I'm doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the plasma background on it. Yeah. So what we need, we've got this canvas here. Yeah. And that is what we're going to put the plasma background on. But the plasma background has JavaScript of its own. So we need to create another JS file, plasma.js. Yeah. So this is going to be the JavaScript specifically for the plasma. Yeah. So I'm going to copy it, because I'm not going to type it all in. I'm going to paste it in. There you are. That's the JavaScript for the plasma. And what we're going to do is then we're going to need to add it to our document. So script source equals, right? And we are just going to point it. I keep closing that file. I don't know why. We're going to point it to plasma. That's the file we've just called. Now, you don't need to know how it works, right? You don't need to know how it works. It just works. So if I, here, on this screen here, if I refresh, there you are, one plasma, right? You don't need to know how it works. So if I refresh OBS now, oh look, we've got a plasma screen. You don't need to know how it works. The JavaScript is there. You don't need to know how the JavaScript works. All you need to do is make sure yes. But there are situations where you put it at the top, like I've done there. But yeah, best practice is to put it at the bottom, because that's the when you put the scripts at the bottom, that's when I don't want to use the technical words, the page scanner, document evaluator, or whatever you want to call it, has all the controls in its memory. If you had it at the top of the page, it would complain, say, can't find this, can't find that, can't find this. So there you go. So we've got now as you can see from our overlay, we have now got a plasma background. What else is there? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it for now. So that's our basic overlay created. That's our basic overlay created. So now we want the bot to interact with the overlay, yeah? So a quick way of showing you that is to say, let's change the let's change this banner. You know, let's change the text in this banner. See if we can change the text in this banner, yeah? So this is where we start now. Hooking the bot into the WebSocket, and then the WebSocket server into, and then the WebSocket server will talk to the other client. Yeah. So if we stop the WebSocket server now, and that overlay may go funny, and if it does, I'll just move it. We've got a bit of a black at the top, haven't we? Let's just move that up. That's better. Yep, that's better. So we want to affect this banner. We want to send a message to that banner. Yeah. So we want the user to be able to send a message to the banner. So first things first, we need to go to the bot and create our new command. Yeah. So go to the bot. And we're going to create our new command called MSG. So message. And we're going to call the process MSG command. Right, so this is effectively the same as doing message here on that. So let's add the code to the bottom. Okay. So let's def process message, send ourself in and our message. All right, we'll grab this so we can got the separator. Now the thing we need to do now is we've got to we need to talk to the WebSocket server, and we can't do that until we've created a client. Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create the client outside of the bot class, but we're going to pass it in. So we're going to say that there are two variables that need to be passed into the bot client, and then we're going to say self.sio equals sio. Yeah. So we create a variable in our class that's going to use this, and that's what we're going to use all the way down here. Alright, so we're going to take the message. Let me just find, I've got to find it back now here. Just make sure. We're going to take the message, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say if length of the message dot text args, as you remember, is less than 1, then we're going to create a message that says, what should we say? Oh yeah, at message user. So that's at, so that shows the message user. Usage is equal to exclamation mark message and then text. And then we'll send that private. We'll send that private message back to the channel. Text, and we'll send the text back, which will then message the person who's done it and highlight it, saying, "Dude, you've done it wrong. This is how you use it." All right. But if they've done it right, then we need to send the message to the overlay, and the way we do that is we do self.sio. Now remember, SIO is the object of our client that's talking to the web server, and we're going to call the web server and we're going to shout this message. We're going to say, "Oi, message!" And then we're going to send them the message. So because text args is an array, we're going to have to join it up into a string that we can send to the WebSocket server. So that's basically it. So we basically send a message, MSG, we shout MSG to the WebSocket server. Now we need to go to the WebSocket server to listen for that shout. So we come here, we create another event. This time it's going to be called MSG because that's what we've called it. We still need to record the SID, and the data is the message, yeah? But we'd normally call it message. And then what we need to do now is we need to relay that message onto our overlay, yeah? So the way we do that is, let me just find it here. Ah, there it is. And the way we do that is just basically sio.emit, and we shout we get the server to shout MSG out to everyone. Yeah. So we get the server to shout MSG to everyone. Yeah. And the reason I'm saying everyone is because I've got a client there which is in OBS, and I've got a client here which is in the browser, and I want it to send it to both. So we shout to everyone. So the server's going to shout to everyone, yeah? That this is the message. Deal with it how you want to deal with it. But now we've got to make the OBS part client listen for that message. So we need to go into the JavaScript and we need to do another one of these. So we're going to go sio.on. So we're going to listen for MSG, yeah? It's going to have some data with it, and we're going to send it to that function. All right? You still with me? Because this is the crux of it. What we're going to do is we're going to do a console log. So we're going to log it inside the browser just so we can do debugging if it's right or wrong. But what we're going to do now is we need to find that component. Mate, once this is all done, once the bot is complete, it doesn't matter if you understand it or not, mate, because more than likely all the functions you're going to want are already there. Yeah? But it's so that if you need to modify it yourself, Especially on the bot side, you can do it because it's Python. On the Java side, it's just basically copy and paste. I'm trying to make it so you just copy and paste. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to find... Hello, Cellophane. We need to find where we want to put the banner. So it's there, it's banner. Yeah. So we'll go back to the JavaScript. And what we're saying here is, we're saying, right, banner, right, look in the document, get the control by ID, and the ID is banner. So we're telling JavaScript to go to look to get that control, put it into a variable so we can play with it. Yeah. And then what we need to do then is we're going to put the message, the data that we've sent via this into the banner. And the way you do that is just banner dot inner HTML equals data. And don't forget to put your semicolons. Right? So, recap. We've changed our bot to have a new command called !MSG. We take the data out of the text args, which is the message. We test to see if there's one there to start with. If there isn't, we send a message back to the Twitch user saying you've used it wrong. If it is right, we're going to call the WebSocket server and shout message to it and then send the message. The WebSocket server is then listening for that message, listening for this message. When it has the message, it grabs the data and then it shouts to everyone that's connected to it, message, and sends the data. And then our OBS client, for a better word, the JavaScript that's looking after that, is listening for that message from the server, right? And we will change and we'll put that message in the banner, right? And that's what this does. So that's linked all three together. So to make this work, it's two processes, right? So I'm going to fire up terminal and I'm going to fire another one up. So we've now got two processes here. The first one is to do the WebSockets. That is to run the WebSocket server, yeah? The next one is to run our bot. Ooh, I have forgotten something. Oh yes, I know what I've forgotten. I forgot to change. We got to put send in our client. Got to send in our client, and we ain't done that. Right. So we're going to create the client in our main bot. So it's socket.io.client. Yeah. And then we are going to pass that into there. And we need to import socket.io. That's it. And then we need to do what we do with the web server here. Right? So this is setting up the client. So we've already done this on the web server. It's just doing it again here. Oh, I need to import config. Oh, and also we need to put web server, WebSocket server. Right, let's copy that. Put that in here. So WebSocket server is equal to http:// Twitch bot. There we go. Let's just check that that's right. Yeah, that's right. Get rid of that. Don't need that. So that's going to then connect to our socket server. The client is going to connect to our socket server on port 5000. I don't know, mate. I don't know, mate, because they are two different processes. You've got a WebSocket server process that needs to have its own set of threads, and then you've got the bot process that needs its own set of threads. And the only way I've been able to do that is to run two different SSH or terminal programs. I'm sure much more experienced Linux people probably know how to do it and how to put it on its own threads. But this is the way I've got it. Right, so let's start the bot up. So it should start now. There we go. And as you can see, in the chat, our Old School Coder bot is now online. Right? So when I do MSG, you've got to remember there is 2 bots spying on this channel. One here and our new one. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to refresh because we've added some JavaScript. And I'm going to refresh on the bot because we've added JavaScript. Put no, make a script with both apps and put no. Oh, right, okay. Okay, well, we'll try that. We'll try that. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if message, is going to work. So MSG, this is a message to show if it works. So we're looking to see if our message changes here. So get ready. I'm going to press enter. It's come up here. Right, okay. Right, so it didn't work. It didn't work. So let's F12. Did we get any data? No, we didn't get any data. Right, okay. So there's something awry. Oh, this is why. What's it complain about? Raised. Self.connect. Okay. Right, let's try that again. Put the message in. Oh, and it's bombing out. So, what's it saying? Bot in it. Yes, I know about that. Where's it failing in ours? Raised exception, bad namespace error. This is not a connected namespace. What do you mean? It did say client connected, didn't it? Did our client connect? Yes. Yeah, I'm just looking now. No, can't see a typo. Let's go up here. Let's find out what's going up here. SIO, yeah, that's initiators, right? SIO equals config client. Let's just make sure this is all right. Capitals are right, yeah. Send in SIO. Oh, that's it. That's the problem. Because we have to do it after we've connected to the web bot. There we go. Did you see it said client? There, our client connected. So we've connected to our web socket now. Right. Let's send that message in again. Right. Let's see. Where's our browser? Let's see if we get a message down here when I press enter. Here we go. Yes, and it works. And also our bot, because we've 2 bots. Yeah, it's the bot initializer. We need to connect to the web socket before we initialize the bot. So that's what it was doing. So there we go. We have now got our chat. So if you MSG in chat and type any old thing, look, it comes up. Go on, have a go. I know it's going to cock this up, but have a go. And this is the basis of WebSockets, and as you can see, it's come out on our overlay as well. Any old thing. Yeah, well, Johnny's the best coder in the goddamn world. And he agrees. So there we go. We have... So this is the basic concept, right? This is the basic concept of how WebSockets work. We have now got the web bot, right, listening to our command, and in this case it's a message command. It then shouts at the WebSocket server, message incoming. The WebSocket server then listens to that message and then rebroadcasts it out on all clients. And the reason like I said, I've done it on all clients is so we can see it on the HTML in the browser, as well as see it on OBS. Yeah, OBS. So you can see the result. So we just now have to build our library of commands to allow this to work. So for example, like switching the plasma on and off. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's switch the plasma on or off. So we'll stop the bot and we'll stop the socket server, and we're going to add a new command to switch the plasma on and off. All right. So plasma self.process plasma, and you're gonna see what I mean, how easy it is to do. All right, how easy it is. So we've created a new process, so we'll grab that and then we'll stick it at the bottom. All right, so def self comma message. We'll grab that and we'll grab this. All right, so we're going to change, so this is now plasma, yeah, that's right, and then it's either on or off. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. So here we're just going to send, we're going to now create a new shout called plasma, and we're going to send what they've typed, on or off. Yeah, we could check to see if it says on or off in here, but we'll assume that they know what they're doing. Yeah. So in the WebSockets, we need to add another event. So we're just going to copy that. This time it's called plasma. And here we're going to shout plasma. to the rest of it. And then in our index.js, we grab this, call this plasma, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make the plasma invisible. Yeah. So the way to do that in HTML is you have a style tag. Yeah. And I'm going to grab it now. Going to put it in our star sheet. So we've got a style tag called invisible, right? So when we apply that invisible tag to a control, it will make it disappear, right? And the way to do that is we go back into here. So we're going to get our plasma canvas, right, is equal to, and I think we've just called it canvas. Yeah, I think we just called it canvas. So we're saying we're assigning the variable plasma canvas to, in the document, find the item called canvas, which is there, which is our plasma. Yeah. And then what we're going to do here is we're not going to do inner HTML. We're going to add. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the data. So if the data of 0, yeah, and we're going to go to shoulder uppercase equals on. Well, in fact, we'll do off first. Yeah. Getting confused between Python and JavaScript then. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say plasma canvas, and for off we're going to make it invisible. So we say we want the class list, yeah, and then we're going to add invisible to it. Else, that means it's on, that we want it to appear. So we do the same thing again. Plasma canvas dot class list, and it's capital L. Keep forgetting. Dot remove invisible. Invisible. Yeah. So we have got a new command called plasma. So let's try it out, shall we? So in OBS, I'm going to refresh the overlay. Oh, and it will crash because we haven't got the web server running. So let's fire that up. And let's fire the bot up. Ooh. Let's start them again. Start that up. And start that up. There we go. So, refresh our screen there. We'll refresh our screen there. Alright. Now, here, we haven't got the plasma. Oh, there it is, finally. Oh, someone's messing around already. Someone beat me to it. Right. So, yes. Plasma. Right, turn it off then. Turn it off. Turn it. Oh. Let's see. Oh, interested cohort. Interested cohort? Really? Error with permissions. Have I missed something? Pi Twitch bot. Yeah, broke. Right, let me just let me just refresh. Right, I'm just going to say plasma on. Right, it came on. Right, plasma off. Right, plasma off's not working. Okay. So what's data? What we sending? According to this, we're not sending anything. Console. Shut that down. F12. Let's get something from scratch. Right, there we go. Right, plasma off. Plasma on. Plasma on. And the plasma turns on. Okay. And we've got the word, we've got on there. Right. So, ooh. Okay. Okie dokie. I see the problem. Right. It's that. Right, let's try that again. Refresh that. Refresh this. Right. Plasma on. That works. Right. Plasma off. Ooh, so close. Error with permissions policy. Really? I'll shut you down. Refresh. F12. Let's see what's going to happen. Right. Plasma off. But it's put it on. Really? Oh. Keep forgetting. Right. Plasma on. Turns it on. Plasma off. There you go. Turns it off. There you go. Forgetting brackets. So now we're getting our bot. We're now getting our bot to instruct our overlay in OBS as well as the browser, you know. But this is how it all tags together, and this is where the color came from for doing the background, you know, changing the color, you know, because I mean that's just very simple as well. I mean we can do that as well. Got a little bit of time. So let's stop those two. So starting at the bot, we'll create another command. So this time it's back color, spelt correctly. So grab that. Ooh. Grab that. Go all the way down to the bottom. Def. Process that. Self, comma, message. So we'll grab that. And we'll grab this. It's just the same. Like I say, once you get used to it, we're going to say back color. And then we're going to have the message is going to be back color. So that's the message we're going to shout, and we're going to shout that to the WebSocket server. So on the WebSocket server we'll just copy and paste. This one is now back color. Oh, did I? No, little letters, yeah. We need to change that to back color. Then we go into the JavaScript and we do the same thing again. Copy, whoops. Copy, paste. Change this to back color. Now, the background that we've got is called, if I remember correctly, I think it's app. Yes, app. There we go. So we grab that. So our app background, go find our control app, and then we just apply the color to it. Yeah. So we take our color from the data that we're sending and we apply it to the app background. Yeah. So we don't need to check anything. All we're going to do is we're just going to go and say app.style.background color equals data that should be it. That should be it. App style background color equals data. Right, so we'll start the WebSocket client server up. Then we'll start the bot. It's client connected. It's connected. Let's go to our browser, refresh the browser. We'll also refresh our overlay. So now we should be able to affect. So here we go. So back color red. And it failed. Right, did it come through? Oh, we've still got this interesting error. Oh, this is still waiting. Come on, refresh. What's the matter, buddy? What's the matter? Is it eye drops time? Are you sure? Yes, it is. How come you? Where did you find the time from? Hey, where do you find the time? How do you know it's eye drops time? Right, let's just try that again. Now it's worked. It's not coming through. It's not coming through. Right, I'm going to have to put his eye drops in. So it's going to be the same thing as yesterday. It's going to take me a couple of minutes, all right? So I'll just give me a couple of minutes and I'll sort him. I'll be back with you. There we go. Your eyes all got drops on it. I've washed your face because your face is a mess. Yeah. Say hello to everyone. Hello. Yeah? You want your treat? You want your treat? Yeah? Oh, your eye looks really, really bad, doesn't it? You're not very well. Hmm? Come on then. You can have your treat. What's this? Hey, what's this? What's this? Alright, there you go. There you go. You can have one as well. There you go. You've had two. Yeah, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. Right then, let's find out. Let's find out why this is not sending across. So let's just check that we've got all the connections all set up. Right, so we've called this thing called back color. So we're sending it and we're sending the text args. Yeah. On the WebSocket, we are looking for back color and we're sending that as well. So it must be in here. Back color. Right. Oh, are we getting anything from console log? Back color red. Oh, we have an error message though. No, we don't. No, it's listening to it. Print that. Where? Where am I missing missing a U? The CS command. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, it doesn't have a U. Yeah, it's Americanism. It's Americanism. App. The CSS is blue, so we should be able to change it. Should be able to change it. But there's no data coming through. Let's just try this just in case it's something to do with that. App.style.back. Ugh. Right, let's refresh that. Let's refresh this. Right. Back color red. Oh, would you believe it? Capitalization. Now this is having a problem because I don't think it's connecting. So let me right, refresh. That's, there we go. Right. So we'll do it again. Background red. In fact, we'll make it a different color. See if they both change. So background green. There we go. There we go. Background cyan. Background lilac. Oh, is that how you not spell it? Okay. Yeah, I see the scroll bars. I see the scroll bars. I think... I mean, I've got... Yeah, I see the scroll bars, mate. I'm not sure why they've turned up. Let's move to my proper one. And then go back to that. It should refresh. There we go. There we go, it's done it. So background lime. Yeah. Back colour purple. Right, so we have now got a way of turning the plasma on. So if you want a plasma screen in the background, if you don't want it, plasma off. But it puts it back to the colour that we already had, and you can change the colour. So back colour, oh, orange. Oops. Well, it doesn't help doing that, does it? Orange. Right. I think that's enough for tonight because I've probably confused everybody. But now it's all about linking the Python bot through the WebSocket to the... Oh, very nice. I didn't know that would do it. Well done. Well done. I didn't think it would do it, but there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the real bot, right? So this is the bot that you guys are having, and what I'm going to show you is the bot that you guys will be aspiring to. So tomorrow we'll continue building this and we'll add the extra functionality in this one. So let me shut this one down. Right. So, and I'm going to turn that off. And that. So that should go black because it won't be able to find anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my streaming one. There we go. Oh, that's still got that source in, hasn't it? So, no. Twitch bot overlay. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So we should still be all right there. Yeah, so that's still okay. Right. So now, right, so that's that one. So I'm going to move across. This is my one. Right? This is my one, and these are the sort of things that I've been working on since yesterday. So let's fire up the WebSockets and fire up the bot. Ooh. Oh, the bot hasn't started up, has it? There we go. Start the bot up. What are you complaining about now? Oh, this was working. All day this has been working. What is wrong with you? Ah, we're on. We're on. Right, so we're up and running on both of them. We've connected there and we've connected there. So if I go to the overlay now. This is still on the Pi 400. It's just a different directory, but you can run it on the local PC if you want to. So so I'm going to move over to my. So this is the template. This is the scene with my new overlay. So let's get it to refresh. It should do. Come on. Come on. I wonder if it's getting it tied in knots. Yeah, you can run it on the local PC. For some reason, it's not refreshing the overlay. Hang on, let me just let me force it. Right, so there must be something wrong with the bots. Let's shut them two down and restart them again. Right, that. Oh no, that's the bot. WebSockets. Okay. Refresh. It's not liking it, is it? It's not liking it. Oh, this is taking some time, isn't it? I'll tell you what, let me reboot the Pi. Let me reboot the Pi. Let's just get rid of any trace of any old web service instances that we've got going. Shouldn't take long to come back. Hello, Mellow Yellow. Not yet, mate. Just rebooting the Pi. Right. Right, I'm gonna... That's the old one. This is the new one. Right, so let's see. WebSockets. Bot. Right, let's see if it refreshes. There we go. There we go. Just web service getting all confused because I was running. It must be, there must have been lingering processes running from the other one. So I have changed this, right? I have changed this. We've got in the old one. You remember yesterday we got plasma off, plasma on, and I had lightning on and off and the colours and all that. Well, I've changed it now. We have got this new function called background, and you can tell it what you want. So plasma. There you go. So now the plasma's on. Background and lightning. Yeah. I've also found some more. You'll like this one. You'll like this one if I can spell it right. How about that one? How about that one? That is... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Spiral, yeah. A spiral. Ode to Shallan. I had to find a spiral one. I got to. But I've also... This is a new one that I added just before the stream. So hopefully it's working, yeah? Right, here we go. How about that one? How cool is that one? And I found this one. But I'm not too sure about it. Not too sure about that one. I think that one would, if we use that one, we'd need to change the colour. We'd need to change the colour to be black or something on all the things, because you can't see anything. But yeah. Yeah, well this is what I'm trying to learn, yeah? I'm trying to learn. So yeah. So yes, I like the tunnel. I like the tunnel effect. So that's the tunnel effect, and then like I say, spiral. That's the spiral. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on with mine. And tomorrow we will get to something very close to this tomorrow, because you guys need to. I'm going to give you the plasma, and we'll put in the lightning in tomorrow. So you'll have those two backgrounds as your standard bot, whoever's going to use this. But if you want other backgrounds like the spiral and all that, I can show you how to do it. But you know, I'm trying to give you the core bot for you to be able to do it, as well as do the sounds. You know, like, "Oi, John, pay attention to chat." You know, the listen. By the way, that has a cooldown now, so you can't spam it. If you try it again, it won't let you. If you try it again, it won't let you. It's got a cooldown on it. Yeah. So if I'm going to try again, it says, sorry, you have 37 seconds left. So you can't spam it all the time. There's also a cooldown on the backgrounds as well, so you can't change the backgrounds too quickly. Me, as an administrator, I can. Yeah, I can change the backgrounds any point. But you guys, once you've changed the background, you have to wait 10 minutes, and then you can change the background after 10 minutes. But at least my bot lets you know that you can change the background. Yeah. So that's what we're going to try and achieve to. That's what we're going to try and achieve tomorrow. If I'm in your area, you can't cool down my voice outside your home. Really? So, I mean, that's a 3-hour stream, isn't it? 2.5 hours, 3-hour stream? I think that's a good point to start with. I will put the bot that from this stream into the patron channel on Discord for the patrons to grab it. So it has the plasma, it has the ability to change colour, and the ability to change the message. We will do how to make it scroll tomorrow, and how to be able to change the latest by commands, yeah, tomorrow. So and we'll get that sorted. All right. So we're getting there. I just still need to figure out how to get to do the auto do the subs and the follows and the cheers, because at the moment I don't know what data we get for those three. So as soon as we get some data, we'll be able to parse it and try and auto update those bottom three on the bot. But yeah, I quite like these backgrounds. Yeah, that's the Doctor Who. Wonder why we only get 3 frames a second on Spiral. I mean, that's pretty cool. That is. That's pretty cool. It's a tunnel effect. I changed it from 30 to 3. I also found something, but I didn't know whether to use it or not. So here we go. I'm going to show you here. So PyBot, and I think it was please wait.html. I think it was that. There we go. It's like a little galaxy animation, a simulation of a galaxy swirl. I just didn't know what to do with it. It's a cool thing, but yeah, what can I do with it? I don't know what to do with it. I mean, you can make it big. Oh, I might have to refresh to make it big. There we go. But yeah, well, it's a galaxy simulation. Apparently, it's a galaxy simulator. But I don't know what to do with it. So I've put it on a please wait. That, you know, if we could have a please wait or something, it entertains you. But okay, so yeah, galaxy simulation on fast forward. So today we've spoken about how websites and WebSockets works in a general area, in a general way, you know, to try and explain how we are getting the bot to affect OBS's overlay. We've gone through now creating the core overlay for the bot. This is not it, this is mine. And how we've had to write some JavaScript to listen to the calls from the WebSocket server, so we can act on them, and how we've communicate from the bot to the WebSocket server, so we can instruct it what to do. So tomorrow we'll carry on with that, and also we'll put the sound effects in as well. So the listen, we'll put the listen in, and we'll put, you know, follower, you know, like, you know, when it does this. Like
hello, that. John here. Thank you for following. Hope you enjoy the stream.
That sort of thing. So it's they could be, those sound effects could be your own recordings, yeah? Not me. Could be yours. I mean, if you don't want the sound effects, you just don't put them in. You can rem out the line that does it, and then you don't get the sound effects. But there's the other one. There's pay attention to chat. There's hosting. That's another one. Oh, new hot. that's not it.
Hello, John here. Someone's hosting my stream. Oh, next thing they'll be nicking my code.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Oh, I did do the sub. I did do the sub. I redid it.
Another subscriber. Stay a while. Stay forever.
I tried to make it a little bit more menacing. Oh dear. So yeah, so tomorrow we're going to continue. We're going to try and get to a place where we're 95% done compared to what I've got here. And then we need to start thinking about other commands that we could put in to do. I mean, there's you know, make a game, you know, like Shallan's got with his racing game. Try and work that out, make that work, and other things, and then we'll get back onto Maze and other 6502 coding. So that's what I wanted to go through today, which is to explain what WebSockets are and the basics of WebSockets encoding from Python through to JavaScript and HTML. And tomorrow we will extend this command set to be a lot bigger, because the command set I've got now is massive. There you go.
Oh my God, subscriber. Thank you very much. You guys really spoiled me.
What? Oh. Oh. Right. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, it got confused. It got confused. My old bot got confused. My old bot went and got confused. Excellent. All right, Gary, we'll see you tomorrow, yeah? A race where chat can make the racer run a random number of steps forward, but they can't overshoot the finish line. A bit like blackjack style. Ooh. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, we can certainly see what we can do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's yeah, we can certainly try and do something like that, because that's what I want to try and do. I'm trying to understand how the bot mechanics in that work with the OBS overlay work, and then you guys get the experience of that because we created the bot. And the beauty of it written in Python, it means you guys can still modify it in Python, yeah. And it's like I say, it still runs on a PC. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So, guys, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night where we do part 5 and hopefully get to 95% done. I will switch this bot off tomorrow so we don't get them too confused, and we'll try and see if anybody subscribes. It would be useful, but if you do subscribe, can you wait until the stream so we can see what data comes through, so we can see if we can parse it. If somebody follows, do it on the stream, or somebody gives me any bits, we'll do it on the stream. Told you there was a cooldown. And it's on tunnel. It's already on tunnel. Oh, dude. Oh, thank you for the bits, mate. You should be able to do it in 2 minutes. Thanks for the bits, mate. I'm not going to look at the date just in case it's got something in there. But thank you very much for doing the cheers, and we'll see if we can. I'll strip out all the sensitive stuff and see if it'll parse. Yeah. But thank you very much, mate, for those bits. Very much appreciated. Right then, guys. Okay, I will see you tomorrow with part 5. Take care. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.